Back on the show, time now for our Legal Difference segment with Neblett, Beard, and Arsenault. Attorney Wes Gralapp is back with us. We're going to talk about an interesting issue. A lot of people are asking questions about it, tort reform and car insurance rates specifically here in Louisiana. It's a hot topic. So Wes, thanks for coming. Good to have you.
Thanks, Mark. It's been a while since I've been on, and I really appreciate the opportunity to take this platform and try to educate and inform our viewers, our Louisiana constituents, on what is tort reform, what is a tort.
Yeah, we'll start there.
Yeah, and you know, it's a big issue. They say it's the #1 issue that's going to be in the legislature today and or this session.
Right. So that is coming up.
It is. And so what is a tort? Well, I have a story. When I was in law school, we all take class, right? And torts is one of the classes. And so we had a little pamphlet on it. I gave it to my dad, who's fairly capable of reading and understanding. He reads the whole thing and all, and he comes back and said, well, did you learn anything? He said, oh, yeah. I said, okay. I said, well, do you have any questions? He says, yeah, I got one question. What is a tort? And that's what the whole book was about, right? So a tort, according to defined in the law, is an offense committed by one against another that doesn't rise to the level of a criminal level, but it rises to the level of a negligent level, and it causes harm to another, and our law redresses that in our civil courts.
Right.
You know? And so part of tort reform that is being suggested in the legislature is how do we address it at the level of the court? Currently, if you're injured in an accident, a judge can hear your case up to $50,000 worth of claimed damages. What the tort reform legislation wants to do is to reduce that down to $5,000, which means that after $5,000, you would automatically have a jury trial. Mark, I got to tell you, as an attorney, we have 2 to 3 opportunities a year to get a jury date from our court. If we lowered the threshold to $5,000, where you automatically had to try your case to a jury and take that out of the control of the judge, you will be backed up.
Yeah, I was wondering that the backlog would be enormous.
It would be tremendous.
Yeah.
It would be tremendous. And not only would that affect our court system, but in order to handle it, we would have to have more courthouses, more parking spots, more court personnel, more judges. And what does that mean? It means more taxes.
Right.
Okay, and so lowering the threshold, we have judges who are qualified. We elect our judges here. So just like we elect our legislators, we can elect our judges, and those judges are responsible for administering the law. And then when there's a serious claim where the damages are over $50,000, a jury is required. And I think that system's worked well. I think that the people have had access to the courthouse, which is most important. You know, if you have a claim that is worth $2,000 or less, you can go to the Justice of the Peace. Okay? And so the gap between the Justice of the Peace and a judge needs to be much greater than $5,000. The $50,000 threshold has worked well for us, and I hope that it continues.
Do you think it will continue? Do you think they'll make changes? What's your feeling on it, Wes?
I think that there will be changes. I think that it may be lowered, but hopefully it'll be substantially high enough so that our judges are there to judge and to use their wisdom to be efficient handlers of our court time, because it's important for everyone to have access.
The change in the statute of limitations, how does that work?
Okay, so currently our statute of limitations, which means the length of time that you have to file a lawsuit, which also means that it's the length of time that you have to reach resolution with the insurance company without having to file a lawsuit. Currently, it's 1 year.
So that can change?
The proposal is that it changes to 2 years, and I advocate that. And here's why. Okay, one, if you only have 1 year, a lot of people who are seriously injured, their injuries are not mature. They don't know how they're going to do in the future, whether they're going to be able to return to work or whatnot in a year. This gives them a longer period of time without getting bogged down in our court system, without weighing down our court system, when they can resolve their case with the insurance company. So going from 0 to 2 years is not a bad thing.
Right, okay.
Or going from 1 to 2 years.
1 to 2 years
is not a bad
exactly.
thing. And I hope that that succeeds.
It will be a hot topic, no doubt, at this legislative session coming up.
And I hope that our legislators keep our citizens in the best interest.
Yeah.
And it's our duty as citizens to make sure our legislators know what it is that we want.
Yeah, interesting topic, and we'll continue it next week, right?
I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah.
Mark. It's very important.
More information, if people have questions for you, best way to reach you at Neplet, Beard and Arsenault.
Call us. It's 561-2500.
Thanks for coming by, Wes.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. We have more to come. Stick around on this Thursday.